Hello, welcome to Tony's Bonsai. Something weird's going on with my Japanese maple. Let's take a look. I was just checking in on this air layer to see how it's doing. Nothing had happened. It had started bridging across, so it had calloused across the gap. No roots. And I thought, are they worth even continuing with? And then I took a look at this one. I removed the pot and then I started looking down and there's no roots, nothing working. And then I noticed at the bottom I've got all these roots down here. I couldn't work out where they were coming from. I think what I'll do is cut this off and I'll be able to have a proper look at what's going on. This is a much more workable height and you can see the size of the branch. It's pretty big, but what I want to do is explore this base and see where these roots are coming from. Before I do that though, I need to make this at least some sort of reasonable height. So I'll remove some of these longer branches because they're just way too big. There. Now we can take a look and see what's happening down at the bottom. When you remove air layers, the normal practice is to just put them with the moss and everything into a pot, but I think I need to try and find out what's going on here, because this is where I wanted the roots to come from, where I made that cut there, but there are no roots coming from there, so they're coming from somewhere, and curiosity is saying that I need to find out and do some exploration. And where the heck are these roots coming from? Well, they're not coming from there, look. So this whole side of the plant is completely bare, which means they must be coming from this side somewhere. So I'm just being very gentle, just slowly just picking out this sphagnum moss. The roots don't seem super delicate, so I think I'm okay doing this. I mean, one thing I know is I'm not going to get a wonderful radial nabari on this air layer. Where the heck are they coming from? Oh, they're not coming from there, are they? Look at this. Look round here. Looks like it's put a massive root. Is that it? Looks like it's created. It is. It's created one huge root. Look how thick that is. That's mad. So off the main trunk, there are no roots at all. But all the roots are coming off this one big thick root that's come out from the side. How this will work going forward as a tree, I have no idea. I need to just take my time now and try to be very gentle and just sort of pick all this moss out if I can, so I can see what's going on. But I'm quite sure, here it is, yeah, look, all these roots, they're just coming out from this one massive thick root that's developed on the side of the tree. How weird. I've never heard of that happening before. I've heard of roots sort of appearing from one area, but for a whole root base to just appear from one thick root, I mean, what this means for the health of the tree going forward, I don't know, because we've got two trunks. This side has got no root, this side has got just one big thick root. You know, what am I supposed to do? You can see at the main opening here now, we've got thick sort of callus tissue built up but no roots, and then everything from this one root. And all I'm thinking of doing now is basically cutting down to create a new clean edge. There. I think what I'll do with my knife is just create a cut like that, where hopefully new roots can sprout from. And I'll do that on both sides. I've got a pot with some soil in it there. I've attached a couple of wires, and I think what I'll do, well, get rid of some of the soil, sort of allow those roots to, I'll try to spread them out as best I can in the pot. It's going to be quite difficult, but if I can do them something like that, there. Once I've got that in roughly the right position, my plan then is to put a piece of this plastic tubing over the wire, because this, I suspect, will have to be on a while. That can just go like that. Then just kind of pull this, and hopefully this will anchor this down into position. Decided to also just add an extra supporting piece of wire just to hold it nice and firmly in place. For the sake of a couple of minutes and a little bit of garden wire, it's not worth risking this tree moving about, so by wrapping it around that trunk there like that, I know then that this is going nowhere. There. I did a very rough prune before, but now I think it's safe to cut this back to here. I don't want to leave too much foliage on to place too much demand. There's only a small root system there, and this branch is dead. This is alive. I can cut this back to here. So this is definitely more like the kind of compact shape that I imagine for this tree anyway, so doesn't hurt to do some reduction. And even these tall ones up here, I think there's a bit too much foliage, so by just taking some of these back, I'm giving it the best chance. If I get new roots developing, hopefully the whole tree will survive, because I would like it to be a twin trunk. If they don't and part of it dies off, I can just cut it back and really just see what happens. I've no idea. Do you think that'll make it? I'll be letting you know in a few months' time how this gets on. As always, thanks for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.